Namaskar, good evening, Embassy of India, Addis Ababa welcomes you in this online evening yoga session. Yoga is a very beautiful technique to maintain the health, to develop the health, and to remain internally peaceful, calm, and relaxed. Sorry for interruption. So we start here with a regular evening yoga session. Kindly sit in cross-legged in Gyana Mudra. Index finger and thumbs together. Inhale deeply and spine and head and neck erect straight in one line, and inhale and start humming 3 times. Gently open your eyes. Today's focus will be on Sukshma Vyayam, that is micro exercises, some sitting postures and lying down postures. So first we give the flexibility exercises to the joints and stretching exercise to the muscles. Okay, sit. So first is we start for the joints from the toes to the head, neck. Sit straight and bend your toes, all the toes downward, forward. Keep them in held condition and pull the toes inward, all the toes fingers. Again, push the toes downward, pull the toes inward. These are the joints which we never care because we are wearing the shoes, so there is hardly any time to give any exercise to the toe finger joints. Now, next joint is ankle joint. Okay, push the forefoot downward. There should be endeavor to touch the floor with the forefoot, with the sole, and pull the toes inward in such a way that heels are slightly lifted up, and feel the impact on your ankles, calf muscles, knee joints and thigh muscles. It is a very good exercise for curing the knee pain, ankle pain and any sort of shortcoming in the legs. Now one more time, push the toes downward and keep the body straight. Body straight, and don't lift the knees upward. Keep the knees grounded. Now pull the toes inward. Now bend the knees, bend the toes right side like this, Don't lift the knees and bend the toes left side. Now there are 4 locations: forward, backward, left and right. So, and now we rotate the toes clockwise, slowly. Feel the impact and the effect on your ankle joint. Now reverse, anti-clockwise, move slowly, gradually, giving the full traction to the forefoot. Come back. Now we have got next joint is knee joint. Okay, so hold the right leg, right thigh, and first rotate the front leg, feet clockwise like this, slowly. Never do the exercise of rotation while standing, because knees are keeping the weight of the whole body. Now reverse, anti-clockwise. This is very good exercise, mobilizing the knee joint. Now left leg, lift the left leg and rotate the forefoot clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Now again lift your right leg and stretch it upward, knee straight, and pull the toes inward. Push the heel outward. Feel complete stretch in your leg and feel the impact on your knee joint. Keep the elbows bent. Slowly come back. Now lift your left leg upward and pull the toes. Lift the leg as far as possible and feel the impact on your knee joint. Push the heel outward. Slowly come back. Now sit straight. We will do butterfly exercise. Clasp, combine the soles and clasp the hands and clasp the toes like this, and keep your spine straight. Move the knees up and down. This will open the hip joint and it will enable you to practice Padmasana, lotus posture. This is Sukhasana, in which normally we sit. This is called cross-legged condition, Sukhasana, easy posture. Okay. And if you take one leg on another thigh, it becomes Ardha Padmasana, half lotus posture. Okay. And now if you take another leg on your other thigh, it becomes Padmasana, Purna Padmasana, full lotus posture. It is one of the good meditative postures because you have to remain in this posture for long while doing meditation or pranayama, and you should feel happy, you should feel comfort, you should not feel discomfort. If you are feeling discomfort, that means there is some problem. You should sit in any posture while doing meditation which gives you comfort and steadiness. Steadiness and comfort, these are the two major important things. Like as Sage Patanjali has said, Sthir Sukham Asanam. Sthirta means stability. Sukha means enjoyment and comfort. Asana means posture. A posture which gives you steadiness, which gives you happiness and comfort. That is the asana. Okay. Now we should learn how to sit in Vajrasana. It is very important. Like this, you stand on your knees and combine the knees like this and sit down on your in between the space between both the heels, toes touching each other. I will show you from this side. Like this, toes are together, heels are apart, and now place your buttocks in between the heels like this, and spine straight. This is very good posture for digestion. In case you are not able to do this in the beginning, because it is a beginners series now we can take the help of cushions. If you are feeling pain in your ankles, then you can put one cushion below the ankles like this. And if you are feeling much pain in the knees, then you can put another cushion below the hips like this. Now it is more comfortable. So sitting in this posture for 5 minutes, it will accelerate the digestion process. Okay. Now cat cow posture in sitting condition. Come on the on your knees and hands in one perpendicular level. Hands straight, perpendicular, knees straight. Okay, thigh straight. Now cat posture, Marjari Asana. Lift in exhale and lift your middle of the spine upward and head down. Exhaling, come up. Inhaling, raise your head up. Spine, make the spine concave. And exhaling again, make the spine convex. This is cat posture. Inhaling, come in the cow posture. Inhaling, come back. Now this is very good for spine. There is another posture, Merudanda Santulanasana. First, lift your right leg straight and lift it up like this. And after practicing this posture, you can raise your left hand up like this. Breathe normally, maintain the stability. Slowly come back. Now we will raise left leg up like this. Raise it upward. And now raise your right hand up. Breathe normally. Slowly come back. Now we will practice asanas in prone condition. Lying down on the chest. Lie down on your chest, please. When you lie down in Makarasana, crocodile posture. Rest your head on the hands. legs apart, breathe normally. Lying down on your chest always gives more space for breathing because the lungs get maximum expansion capacity. And now we will practice Bhujangasana. Bhujangasana for beginners, this is one is simple way and another is advanced way. So one we will practice simple way of Bhujangasana, cobra posture. Place the hands, forearms on the ground like this and elbows on the ground always. Okay, hands, palms near the shoulders. Now keep your head down. Now inhale and raise your head up first. After this, then you inhale further and raise the chest up. Keep the elbows on the ground. Raise, lift your chest up to the navel point, eyes gently close. This is Saral Bhujangasana, means simple cobra posture. After practicing this, then the practitioner should perform and practice an advanced posture. Slowly coming down, first chest down and then head down. Again relax in crocodile posture, Makarasana. Breathe normally, normalize your breath. This cobra posture is helpful in any spinal deformity like backache or obesity is also taken care of. But a word of caution, those suffering from hernia or any operation in the abdomen, they should avoid it. And females undergoing pregnancy, they should not do it. Alert for next posture. This is called Shalabhasana, means low cost posture. Combine the legs and place the palms below the thighs. Palms facing upward like this. First we will practice Ardha Shalavasana, half locust posture. Now inhale and raise your right leg up, knee straight. If your knee you are not able to keep the knee straight, then you can flex the toes inward like this. Slowly down. Now raise your left leg up like this. Keep your chin on the ground. Flex the toes inward. Breathe normally. Slowly down. Now lift both legs up. And flex the toes inward. Slowly down. Relax in Makarasana, crocodile posture. Resting in between the two postures is very important. You should not continuously perform one after another. There is a basic difference between the yoga and the other exercise like gym and other things. In gym, you do not get rest. You are only on the workout constantly. Whereas in yoga, you rejuvenate the power, energy, and you feel refreshed even after the 1 hour of yoga. Now, asanas in supine condition. Come, turn on your back like this, and when you lie down in back, lie down in Shavasana. This is called Shavasana. Legs apart, 1.5 feet, and hands about 6 inches above, palms facing up, head straight, eyes closed, and breathing normally. This is called Shavasana, corpse posture. Now alert for Uttan Padasana, raised legs posture. Combine the legs, hands near the beside the thighs, palms facing down. Now we'll practice first Ardha Uttan Padasana. Raise your right leg up to 30 degrees. Raise your leg up to 60 degrees. Breathe normally. Slowly come back. Come halting at 30 degrees. Down. Now raise your left leg up 30 degrees. 60 degrees. Hold for some time, for some moments. Breathe normally. Slowly down. This strengthens the abdominal muscles and abdominal region. Now raise both legs. A word of caution, those having backache, they should not do with both legs. They can do with one leg only. Ardha Shalavasana. Now Pund Shalavasana. Full locus posture. Raise your legs. Raise up to 30 degrees. 45 degrees. 60 degrees. Stay there with normal breathing. Slowly down. Halting at 45 degrees. 30 degrees. Down. Don't bang your heels down. You go take them slowly. Relax in Shavasana. Legs apart, hands apart. And now we will practice quick relaxation of the body, joints and muscles. Now be aware of all the parts of the body from the toes to the head. And now we are going to give attention and tighten all the organs one by one. Okay, restart. Ready, and tighten your toes. Tighten your ankles. Tighten your calf muscles. Tighten your knees. Tighten your thighs. Tighten your abdomen. Tighten your fist. Tighten your forearm. Tighten your upper arm. Tighten your shoulders. Tighten your chest. Tighten your head. Tighten your face. Squeeze your eyes. Squeeze your cheeks. Tighten your complete body as a whole. Tighten, and release. Now feel relaxation to your each part of the body. Relax your toes. Relax your soles. Relax your ankles. Relax your knees, calf muscles, and thigh muscles. Relax your abdomen. Relax your spine. Relax your chest. Relax your both arms. Relax your head. Relax your complete body as a whole. Internalize your thoughts. Internalize your consciousness. Be aware of your body and mind. If you lie down in this condition, in Savasana, long Savasana, becoming aware of your whole body and relaxing all parts of the body, it becomes Yoga Nidra, which you can do from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, even up to 45 minutes. And in Yoga Nidra, you rejuvenate the whole body, refresh the whole body and mind. In half an hour of Yoga Nidra, you relax your body as if you have taken 5 hours of sleep. Now turn one side gradually. Never get up with the jerks. Always gradually, one hand this, one hand on this side, and slowly with the hands get up. If you give the jerks, then likelihood of the injuries. Yogasana is very simple technique, but it has to be done with precautions and with care and with full awareness. Now we'll practice pranayama. Pranayama is a breathing technique. As we have learned earlier, that we have 3 processes of respiration. One is inhalation, then retention of the breath, and then exhalation. Inhalation is called Purak, retention of the breath is called Kumbhak, and exhalation of the breath is called Rechak. Purak, Kumbhak and Rechak. So in first we will practice deep breathing, full yogic breathing. Sit comfortably in any posture like this, or you can sit in half lotus posture. I am very much comfortable in this half lotus posture, because you have to keep your body steady and comfortable. Okay. Now, as we have learned that full yogic breathing, there are 3 levels of breathing. One is abdominal breathing, when diaphragm is pushed down and belly bulged out. That is vertical expansion of the lungs. Horizontal breathing, horizontal and lateral breathing means chest expansion. Okay, and the shoulders, when shoulders are raised upward, it's called clavicular breathing. All these 3 breathings, when combined together, one by one, belly breathing followed by chest breathing followed by clavicular breathing, it becomes full yogic breathing. In normal breath, we inhale up to 500 ml of air, whereas in full yogic breathing, we can inhale up to 5000 ml of air. Okay. Now sit straight in Gyan Mudra. Inhale deeply. First belly breathing, abdominal breathing, followed by chest breathing, and followed by clavicular breathing. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. exhale completely, inhale deeply, exhale completely. So friends, this is the full yogic breathing. Slowly the duration of the periodicity of the deep breathing is enhanced. Once you have deep breathing, whenever you feel tension, stress, anxiety, that is completely released, and it's very good for controlling the hypertension, controlling any sort of insomnia. So after deep breathing, then we will do one purificatory technique that is called Kapalabhati. It is one of the 6 purificatory methods: Neti, Dhoti, Vasti, Nauli, Kapalabhati and Tratak. So it is skull shining exercise. What are the conditions? Those having cardiac issues or hypertension, they should do it with mild pace and mild force. Okay. Females undergoing menstruation and pregnancy, they should not do it. People who have been recently operated upon of any abdominal region, they should wait for 1 year and they can start Kapalabhati under the expert guidance of a yoga teacher. Now, it is just exhalation actively and passive inhalation in between the 2 strokes. Now, I will show you how we will make the strokes of in normal Kapalabhati. This is normal strokes. Now, mild strokes for those having hypertension issue or cardiac issues. Okay. So this is a very minor difference, but kindly take care whatever is the condition for you. Only abdomen should move up, forward, backward. Means when you exhale, the abdomen should move inside. When you inhale or come to normal, then it comes out. So, and the whole body is straight, and don't put any pressure on the face. Only from the nostril, the exhalation should be done. Again, let us start Kapalabhati with normal pace, normal force. Reverse your hands on the knees. Now Kapalabhati with mild speed, mild force. Come back. Now we will practice Anulom Vilom Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. We inhale through left, exhale through left. Again, inhale through right, exhale through left. Okay. Take the position, left hand in Gyan Mudra, right hand in Nasaga Mudra. Bend first 2 fingers, place the hands on your nostrils, block the right nostril, and inhale through left. Slowly, deep breathing. Exhale through right. Again inhale through right. Exhale through left. Inhale through left. Exhale through right. Inhale through right. Exhale through left. Inhale through left. Exhale through right. Inhale through right. Exhale through left. Come back. This is very good and helpful for releasing stress and anxiety and controlling the hypertension. Now, Bhramari Pranayama, humming bee breathing. Like when humming bee insect, when it goes near the flower to collect the nectar, it creates a humming sound, like this. So from that we have taken one pranayam technique as humming bee. Okay, place the fingers on covering your eyes, plug the ears with the tip of the thumbs, and turn your tongue backward to touch the soft palate at the back. Inhale and start humming 3 times. Come back. Sit straight and just concentrate over your breath. Just watch your breath, how it's coming in, how it's going out. If any thought is coming, just allow it to come, allow it to go. Don't hold back the thought. Again, bring your awareness to your breathing process. You can have good determination and affirmations for yourself, because these determinations and affirmations taken in meditative condition will be materialized. Now to conclude, inhale deeply and start humming 3 times. fold our hands, pray to the Almighty for our health, happiness, peace and contentment in our life. Let yoga be made our part of life. Let yoga prevail in our life. Let there be happiness in the self and the society. Hope you enjoyed this session. So today we have practiced asanas, sukshmayam, and followed by pranayama. And please stay connected like this every day. And this evening's yoga session is not on Sunday. It is from Monday to Saturday, same time. And in the daytime also, from Monday to Friday, we have office yoga session, sitting on the chair. It is especially meant for those working in office and they don't have any adequate time. So to stretch the body, stretch the muscles, loosen the joints, it's very good for them. So see you on Monday. Till then, namaste, thank you, stay blessed, stay fit, stay safe.